Chevening is looking for results. How can you show that you have these results? Number one, driving change in your community or organization. Do you have a track record in this aspect? What is that problem in the community or in the society that you have solved, and how did you go about it? Ask yourself these 4 critical questions and understand how you can go about answering them. If you can answer them confidently and everything makes relatable sense, then believe you me, getting the Chevening scholarship is not something that is going to be difficult for you. It is a fully funded scholarship, and your award includes university tuition fees, a monthly stipend, your travel costs to and from the UK is going to be covered. You also have an arrival allowance. You have a homeward departure allowance. You also have the cost of one visa application. You get a travel grant to attend Chevening events in the UK. So this is very, very sweet, right? Such a juicy opportunity that nobody should joke with. Don't take it with levity, guys. Hello, amazing people. Today I'll be taking you through the Chevening UK government scholarship and how you can apply for this prestigious scholarship. I am a former recipient of the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Degree Scholarship, which is also a prestigious scholarship that is organized by the European Union. So for the Chevening UK government scholarship, this scholarship is a fully funded scholarship. It is outstanding and it is looking for emerging leaders. So you could be a recipient of this scholarship, but you just need to know some of the relevant information before you start applying for this scholarship. So let's see how it goes. So Chevening scholarships are fully funded, leaving you free to focus on achieving your professional goals and maximizing the experience of a lifetime. You will live and study in the UK for a year, during which time you will develop professionally and academically, network extensively, experience UK culture, and build lasting positive relationships with the UK. So on completing your studies, you will leave the UK equipped with the knowledge and networks necessary to bring your own ideas to life. I would like to inform you guys that the way the Chevening scholarship works is that there are some universities in the UK that support the Chevening scholarship. So you can't just apply to any university in the UK. This is the official Chevening scholarship website. I'm gonna drop the link to this website in this video description. So when you read the video description, you're gonna find this link. So don't be worried about that. So find a course here. You click and then you come down to those places. Selecting the right courses at the right universities is one of the most important aspects of your application. Use this course finder tool to search for eligible master's degree programs at every university across the UK. So if you want to know courses that are eligible, you can click on this hyperlink and it is going to take you to that interface. Here is everything you need to know to make informed choices. So now, how do you choose your courses? Now you need to look for eligible courses. Use the Chevening course finder to ensure your choices qualify for a Chevening scholarship. Research tools: explore postgrad.com and individual UK university websites for detailed information about courses, entry requirements, and deadlines. This is very, very important. Choose 3 similar courses at 3 different universities for more flexibility. Alternatively, select different courses at the same university. Ensure that course content is similar even if the titles differ. So these are things that you really need to pay rapt attention to so that you don't miss out on this prestigious Chevening scholarship. The courses must be full-time. Start in the autumn term, usually September/October. Taught masters courses, not research focus. Taught masters courses. Look at this information, very important. Taught masters courses leading to a master's degree qualification based in the UK. Courses cannot be part-time or distant learning, less than 9 months or more than 12 months in duration. Courses cannot be PhD or DPhil. Courses cannot be taught with more than 1 month of study outside the UK. So this is very, very important. Now let's go back to where we have the find a course website page. So this is where you come. For example, if your course is, say, chemistry, or let's say archaeology, right? Then you type in archaeology and you leave it at all region, because you want to look for those universities in the UK that offers this kind of course, right? But if you have a specific location in the UK that you would like to study, you can put it here. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to allow you to search, for this course in a university in UK. Go to search, and then it brings out universities in the UK where this course is taught. Very, very important. So you can see, and if you notice, it is showing that these universities are Chevening partner universities. So you can see the ticks. So this is how you can search for courses, and then you can go to the universities and get conditional offer or conditional offer depending on what you get in the long run, because this is what Chevening Scholarship is going to work with. So what it means is that you are getting an admission in any of these university for a course that you've applied for, and then Chevening is going to provide the funding that you'll be needing to pursue that master's degree. I hope you guys can understand what I'm explaining. So let's go back to some other important information. Yeah, let's see. So you come back to the landing Chevening Scholarship website, and what you do next, after you must have seen how to get a course, you scroll down to this part, because we are coming from different countries, so we want to know what is obtainable in our own country. I'm going to type in Nigeria here, and then I click on Nigeria, and I'm going to select award, because Chevening has fellowship and it also has scholarship, but what we are looking at is scholarship. So click on scholarship and then search. So this is what it is going to bring, and you can see it says study in the UK on a fully funded Chevening scholarship, open for applications until 7th of October 2025 at 12:00 UTC. So Chevening Scholarship is country specific in a way. Put your country, and then it is going to bring something like this for you to see. We can see that it's a application for 2026 to 2027 Chevening scholarships are now open, so you can apply. So the application window is still open, but this is the deadline, October 7th. How to apply? All application for Chevening must be completed via the online application system. To apply, you will need to meet our eligibility criteria, because you need to know before you put in your application. So now let's go to eligibility criteria. To be eligible for a Chevening scholarship, you must be a citizen of a Chevening eligible country or territory. Check with your own country. So you must hold an undergraduate degree that qualifies you for a UK master's program. However, you will need to have your certificate by the time of your interview. So this is also very important. So timeline is very important, and we are going to check the timeline shortly. So apply to 3 different and eligible UK university courses. So what it means is that you can apply for 3 courses in one university. Do you get what I'm saying? Or you can apply for 3 courses in different UK universities. But now it says that you must have received an unconditional offer from at least one of these course choices by the references and education documents deadline listed on the application timeline. We are going to see the application timeline shortly. 2 updates to Chevening eligibility criteria new this year. 1. Only work experience gained after the date of your graduation will count. This is very important. Please pay attention to this. We have made changes to the application form to better align with Chevening's mission and evolving global priorities. So read this up so that you can get in the know of the recent changes that have taken place with regards to the Chevening scholarship and its eligibility criteria. One thing that I used to tell people is when you read about stuff, you get to understand a lot of things, and when you apply, it gives you a better chance to get the opportunity that you are applying for. So that is that for the Chevening eligibility criteria. So we have to go back to this landing page, don't forget. Now you have to feel confident that you can write a compelling application. This is also very important. Have an email address and phone number, because you'll be needing this when you go to the online application system, which I'll show you shortly. Also, make a note of your unique access code for the online application system. You will need this at each stage of the application process. The system is going to provide you with a unique access code. That code is very important, so keep it safe. Write it down somewhere. Now we want to see what the application timeline looks like. So let's click on application timeline. This timeline is for applicants applying for a Chevening scholarship only. Application timelines for Chevening fellowships vary. So this is not for the fellowship. So 5th of August 2025, the application opened. 7th of October 2025, this is when application will close. And then from October, application has shifted against eligibility criteria. Go over the eligibility criteria so that you are aware, so that you are sure that you are not leaving any stone unturned, you are not making any mistake. Please check very well that you are not making any mistake, because scholarship has no pity, there is no emotion, right, when it comes to applying to scholarship and getting a scholarship, right? So you really need to face facts. You really need to look at everything critically. So reading committee assessment is going to take place mid-October 2025 to January 2026, and mid-February applicants shortlisted for interview. This is when it is going to happen. To prepare for your interview, please read our interview guidance. So by March to April 2026, interviews are going to take place. Candidates invited for interview have until the end of the global interview period to upload their references to the online application system or submit them to their local Chevening team. And in mid-June, the results are gonna be out. If you are invited to interview and your interview is successful, you will be asked to submit your unconditional offer from a UK university. So what this means is that you already have a space or a place with one of the UK universities, and when you get the Chevening scholarship, they are going to sponsor your study. So the deadline to receive and submit at least one unconditional UK university offer is 1700. So by September/October 2026, that is when you are going to begin your study in the UK. You can see that it is a long process, but then it is worth it. So you really need to follow the process, follow it diligently, understand all of the requirements, know what they are asking for, so that you can put forward a strong application. And now that is that for the application timeline. The number 2 part says that feel confident that you can write a compelling application. And I want us to look at that. What does a compelling application entail? Like, what does it entail? Do you have strong examples of your leadership and influencing skills? This is a very important question. Do you have good examples of building professional relationships to achieve positive outcomes? How does your career plan address both local and global challenges in alignment with UK priority areas? How will your choosing course support your ambitions to drive change? These are important questions that you really need to ask yourself before you start choosing a course in any of the universities that are partner universities for Chevening Scholarship. You will be assessed against your ability to answer questions in each of these 4 areas in your Chevening application. This is very important, guys. The use of AI software to generate answers in Chevening applications is strictly prohibited. If you aren't confident that you can write a competitive Chevening application in your own words, we strongly recommend waiting to apply until you feel you can. You don't need to use, AI tools. Sit down, ask yourself these 4 questions, and when you can provide answers confidently, then I feel applying to the Chevening scholarship should be the next thing for you to do. This part says the top 1% of applicants awarded a Chevening scholarship can provide examples of taking the lead and influencing others. So these are the kind of people that Chevening scholarship is looking for. They focus on examples with clear results. Chevening is looking for results. So how can you show that you have these results? Number 1, driving change in your community or organization. Do you have a track record in this aspect or in this regard? Improving outcomes for others, solving a specific challenge. What is that problem in the community or in the society that you have solved, and how did you go about it? Successfully implementing a project or idea that had tangible impact. And how can you measure the tangible impact? Put a number to it. So ask yourself these 4 critical questions and understand how you can go about answering them. If you can answer them confidently and everything makes real sense, relatable sense, then believe you me, getting the Chevening scholarship is not something that is going to be difficult for you. That is that for that aspect that has to do with writing a compelling application. Now let's move to the online application system. So when you click on that, it takes you to this interface. Now what you need to do is you have to come down here. You remember we said Nigeria, right? So when you type in your country, Nigeria, for instance, exactly, we are not dealing with fellowship, we are dealing with Chevening scholarship. When you click on Chevening scholarship, if you click this part, it's not going to take you anywhere. It's going to bring you up here for you to continue. Now it says you have chosen to apply through Nigeria for the Chevening scholarship 2026 to 2027. To be eligible, you must hold citizenship for the country or territory you have indicated above. If this is not the case, please go back and select a different country or territory from the list. But yeah, we are not going to do that because we are sure that this is the country we're from. So let's go continue. So now it says that you have to register for an account. Now I'll just put my email, right? So the next step for us to do is to verify our email address, which is very important. So in that regard, we need to go to our email because we want to. So now we have the email. So this is actually how you verify. You can come to this place, you copy the link, and then you go back to this website, enter. Exactly. So it brings you to this landing page because you have verified your email. So eligibility requirements: are you a citizen of Nigeria? Yes, I'm a Nigerian. Will you return to Nigeria after your award? Blah blah blah. Yes, because it is part of what the scholarship requires. You have to return back to your country. So if you click no, right, during this process, automatically you've removed yourself from the application pool, right? So you don't want to do that. Do you hold a recognized undergraduate degree that will be accepted for entry? Exactly, yes. Remember, all of these things are part of the eligibility criteria, and that is why I said you have to read. Make sure you understand what is needed before you put in your application. Again, this part says this is typically equivalent to an upper second class honors degree in the UK. So this information is important. You need to have a degree which you graduated from a university with a 2-1. That is the minimum class of degree that this Chevening scholarship is looking out for. So first class, eligible to apply. Second class, upper, eligible to apply as well. So pay attention to all of these things. Very, very important. Did you graduate from your undergraduate degree before October 2023? Yes, you put it yes. And then what you do after that is you continue. Now this is page 2. Are you a British citizen? So then you continue. And then it says that you have passed the eligibility check. You will receive further instruction in your email to continue with your application. Please check your inbox. So this is the email. We've got the email here, guys. And exactly. So let's just bring this down a little bit. It says, hello, good news. The responses you have given us indicate that you are eligible to apply for a Chevening Scholarship 2026 to 2027. We strongly recommend you prepare and submit your application as soon as possible to avoid missing the deadline on 7th October 2025. To continue your application, use the following link to log into the application portal. So what you do, because I don't want to click this directly, so I'm just going to come here and then I copy the link, come to my browser, and then I paste the link, and then I go straight to that link. Exactly. So guys, this part says make a note of your access code. Take a photo of your code or write it down in a secure place. So this is also very important. Remember I spoke about the access code in the inception of our video. So you need to take a screenshot of this access code because you will be needing it whenever you come to your application portal. So let's continue after you must have done that. Now this part says enter your access code. So we're just gonna do that shortly. You can now continue with your application. Next step, when you select the continue application button below, you will be asked to confirm your identity by proving your 8-character access code. This will enable you to access the application. So let's continue application. But before we go, you will definitely get an email. You get an email telling you that thank you for your interest in Chevening Scholarship. Good news, you have successfully confirmed your unique access code. Make sure you keep a copy of it safely, blah blah blah, all of the information that I've explained initially. Now because the access code has it is numbered, right? So it is asking for the second now, so just hit the Z, and then for the 7th hit the T, and the 8th the Z, and you continue your application. So application for Chevening Scholarship 2026 to 2027, blah blah blah, your application has not been submitted. So these are the things that you will find when you get to this landing page, which is this is the most critical aspect of this Chevening scholarship, because this is where you provide everything that the scholarship requires. Now your personal details, you come to those places, you see, for personal details you give your first given name, your middle name, your last family name. I do not have a last, blah blah blah, like fill in everything that applies to you, your date of birth, your month, confirmed date, blah blah blah, like where do you stay, what is your address, put in all of the information. And then if you know that everything you've imputed here is correct, you can then click on save. You can click save progress, right? And when you save progress, you can actually return back, And then you come to citizenship and travel document as well. You do the same thing, right? Do the same thing. Put in all of the information that they are requesting. Do you hold a valid passport for your country of application? Of course, yes. Then you put your passport ID. Do you hold dual citizenship? If you hold dual citizenship, you can click yes, and then it is going to ask for that. But for my case, no is the answer. Do you hold refugee status? No. Do you hold any other form of legal residency? No. Do you have a valid UK visa or permission to enter or remain in the UK? No. Have you ever been refused a visa for any country including the UK? No. So you come to this place, you save progress. So this is what you are going to do for every part of this application, just to complete your application task. And once you complete any of the tasks, it is going to show completed here, because this part is showing not started. You can see that this say not started, and so this is very, very important. So now, higher education history, you come down to this place. Tell us about your higher education history. You can add up to 15 entries. You must have completed your undergraduate degree by October 2023. You haven't added any blah blah blah. So this is where you come, you add education history, higher education history, country of territory where you got the degree. You put the name of your institution. For example, I'm gonna put Nigeria for you guys to see what I'm trying to explain. Nigeria. And then you see a lot of institutions. For example, I say University of Ibadan. You see University of Ibadan is among the list. Then you come to this place and put the title of the course you graduated with from that university. And after everything, you put your results scale. This is very, very important. And you make sure that you put it in the GPA scale. And then you come to this place. So if your GPA is, say, 5.0 or 6.0, and then your CGPA, which is your cumulative grade point average, is say 4.9, you just come here and impute 4.9, and that means 4.9 over 5. They would actually know, because you get to submit your academic documents, right? I'm talking about your certificate and your transcripts. Now you have to put your work history. This part is also very, very crucial. Remember, you will need a minimum of 2 years of work experience gained after you completed your undergraduate degree. Any work experience that was a mandatory part of your degree does not count towards the total. So this is very, very important. So come to this place, add your work experience, the start day, and then the end date, all of that. And when you are done, you can save and close. Hours worked per week. So this information, very, very important. If you can provide all of these things properly, you stand the higher chance of qualifying for this amazing scholarship. This part, tell us about your proposed program of study. All applicants are required to select 3 eligible UK master courses as part of your application. So 3 eligible UK masters courses. I've shown you how to find those courses in eligible universities, right, that support the Chevening Scholarship, or that the Chevening Scholarship supports. Very, very important. 3 different courses with similar course titles at 3 different universities. Pay attention to this important information. 3 different courses with similar course titles at 3 different universities. Please pay attention to these important things. I do not rush my video. I try to explain things properly for you. I don't want to rush it. I want you to really get this opportunity. So that is why I highlight on important points that these people are going to hold you responsible for. Understand this aspect. Please understand it. Now, say that we recommend applying to your selected courses as early as possible. Applicants should not enter financial commitments with a university unless they are selected for a Chevening Scholarship. Exactly. If a university is asking for a deposit, please let them know that you are still in the Chevening selection process and that results will be announced from early June onwards. You see, so these things are not really difficult. You just need to read and understand what you are doing. So this part is saying subject area. Please classify your course choices under one of the following subject areas. If your 3 course choices fall under different subject areas, please select the subject area that most closely matches your first ranked course choice. So you come to this place and you look at, for instance, Cardiff University, and then you come to the course. You see advanced chemistry, because chemistry was what we spoke about. So it says Masters of Science, MSc then you save and you close. And that is that for the proposed program of study. Very, very important, guys. Let's say for instance we save and we close. You see, so we've entered that information, and then you come to this place, add second choice of course. So that is that for choosing your first course, your second course, and then your third course, right? And see, it is going to show in progress after you must have entered all of those information. I am not entering work history, higher education, but I've showed you what you need to do because it is very, very important. Now we go to the referees. Add referee details. It is when you have gotten to the interview stage that you'll be asked to do the submission of your reference letters. You can amend the details of your referees prior to submitting your application. Once you submit your application, you will no longer be able to make amendments. So this is also very, very important. Make sure that you are sure of the people you are choosing as your references, right? And then supporting statements. This part is also very important, guys. Applicants must not repeat answer. Use examples to support your answer. So provide information about those things you've done, what you've achieved are the results. And then if you can quantify your result, it is also going to help your application. Now, number 1 says leadership experience. Describe a time when you demonstrated leadership. In your answer, please address the following. What was the context or challenge you faced? What specific actions did you take as a leader? What was the outcome and what did you learn? How has this experience shaped your approach to leadership? So this is also very important. And the maximum is 300 words, so you have to be very brief, concise, go straight to the point and be very, very clear. Relationship building and influence. Tell us about a professional relationship you have built and maintained. In your answer, please address how was the relationship formed and what made it important. What did you contribute to this relationship and what did you gain? How have you sustained or developed this relationship over time? How will these skills help you build connections within the Chevening community and beyond? So everything has to be relatable and everything has to, dovetail perfectly with the Chevening scholarship proper. And don't forget, you are going for a course that has to do with your experience. So you don't start narrating leadership experiences that are not in one way or the other connected or related to the course that you want to go for, because they want to fund something that is tightly connected because they expect that you continue in that line when you get back to your country. So this is also very, very important. You must enter a minimum of 100 words and a maximum of 300 words. So yeah, that is that for relationship building and influence. Course choice and global challenge. So now you have to understand the course that you've chosen and how that course can effect change and bring about positive impact in a global context. Now, explain your first choice of course and university. Please relate your answer to one of the UK priority areas for Chevening as referenced on the Chevening website here. You can click this hyperlink to understand the UK priority areas, because you are taking this course in the UK, so there are some challenges that you must have read about, and you understand how this course can help you solve some of these challenges. So understand what you are doing. Now, the questions you need to answer in this part is: what is the specific priority area you wish to address? How will your chosen course equip you to contribute to addressing this theme? Why have you selected your particular university in the UK? So there is a reason you chose a course. There is also a reason you want to study that course in a particular university in the UK. And then they want to know how you plan to immediately apply the knowledge or skills you will gain after your study. So these are the questions you must be able to answer in 300 words. Straight to the point, guys. No storytelling. Go straight to the point. Talk about quality things. Talk about track record, what you've achieved, and what this course can help you to build. These people are looking for solution finders or solution givers, problem solvers, not unnecessary storytellers. So go straight to the point, guys. Very, very important. Now, the fourth part talks about your career plan and impact. So what impact do you intend to make in your home country or region? How does your career plan connect with your course of study and the challenge or priority you identified? What barriers or obstacles might you face and how will you overcome them? How will being a Chevening scholar help you achieve your ambition? So these are the things that you really need to address, and I think it is not so difficult. They made sure that they broke all of this into section so that you'll be able to address specifics, so that they don't say write a motivation letter of 500 or a motivation letter of 1500 words and then you jumble everything together. They don't want you to jam information together. That is why they've broken it down into 4 key parts. So make sure that you are addressing point 4, you are addressing point 3, you are addressing point 2, you are addressing point 1 in their respective boxes. Please make sure that is what you are doing. No storytelling, go straight to the point if you want to get this scholarship. And after you must have done that, you save and then you complete. So let's go back and see other aspects. So after the supporting statements, you go to the equal opportunity web interface. This part is saying that Chevening is an equal opportunity scholarship program. We aim to attract a diverse range of applicants, discrimination based on blah blah blah. Read about all of these things. Now it says country/territory of birth. You put your country, state, province, you put that. My state, province is not listed. That is, if it is not listed, you can tick that. Do you consider yourself to be a disabled person according to the blah blah blah? No. If yes, is your disability related to any of the following? Since you've clicked no, there is no need to focus on that. Do you consider yourself to be a part of any minority or disadvantaged group in your country? If your case is yes, you can put yes. If it is no, you can put no, right? You can put no. Do you live in any of these areas? The capital city in your country, another urban area, a rural area, you can put rural area. And guys, I think these questions are very important, because if you say you live in urban area, it means you are staying in a developed part, and in a way, I don't know, but sentiment though, it may affect the scholarship, because they are looking for people that are coming from disadvantaged background. That is one of the essence of providing scholarship to people. Aside from the fact that you are academically smart, you are academically intelligent, they are also looking at people who do not really have that access to enough financial resources. So they want to help you, but then they are looking at your background. I mean, if you have wealth, if you are rich, there is no need to provide you with scholarship. I mean, you can use your money to pursue any degree you want to pursue. So while you are filling this form, be very, very smart. Pay attention to details. What type of school did you mainly attend between the age of 11 and 16? Independent or fee-paying school, state-run or state-funded school, state-run or blah blah blah. I'm just gonna put state-run or state-funded school. Yeah. What is the highest level of qualification achieved by either of your parents? So this is also something that they are trying to understand. And don't know qualification below degree level, no formal qualification. I would just say no formal qualification, not because my parents are not having formal education, but then, like I said, these people are looking for people that are coming from a disadvantaged background. They want to help people who they are very much aware are not having access to any of these resources, and they cannot get support from anywhere. So they don't want to help people who have crazy money. They are looking for people who are not really having that financial buoyancy. So this is very important. And then after that, you save and you complete. And that brings us to, you submit your application, right? So when you're done with everything, you can submit your application. So for the next step, once you have submitted your application and the application deadline passes, it will be sifted for eligibility. Eligible application will then be assessed by reading committees, and top scoring applications will be considered for interview. Interviews will take place during spring, and candidates will be notified via email. So that is very important, guys. And I think this is where we're going to draw the curtain for the Chevening Scholarship and how you can apply for this prestigious scholarship to study in a university in the UK for your master's degree. If you find this video very eye-opening, I would really appreciate that you like this video, share this video with people that are currently confused as to how they are rightly going to go about the application process for this prestigious scholarship. Don't forget to comment if you have any questions. I will be more than happy to respond to your questions swiftly. And also, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button for more exciting updates. And also check my videos. I've shared a lot of information about how to write compelling statements of purpose. I'm talking about statement of intent or letter of intent, as you guys call it, motivation letter. I've also given a lot of information on how to write a compelling CV. If you are looking for a PhD, if you are looking for master's degree in any country, I've shared that information. So explore this YouTube channel and stay with me for more exciting updates. See you in my next video, guys. For the meantime, bye bye.